The Oshkosh Board of Education is currently in a break. Please stay tuned for continued coverage. Broadcast.
Okay, I'd like to call this regular meeting of the Oshkosh Area School District Board of Education to order on Wednesday, May 9, 2012 at 5 minutes to 11.
Aren't we still in a special meeting?
You're still in a special session.
Still in a special meeting.
I thought we adjourned on to that. Oh,
No, we adjourned out of
okay.
executive session.
I'm sorry. Excuse me. We're still in this one. It's late and I'm tired. Okay, so we have one resolution on the special session. Resolution number 1. And I need a motion.
Well, you're going to have me read
Yes,
this first.
first, before the motion, Mr. Macy is going to read a statement to the board.
Right. The board has authorized that I read the following statement prior to motions. The board acknowledges that Coach Clark has made positive contributions to the Oshkosh West boys basketball program. At the same time, the board finds that sufficient reasons exist, some of which were acknowledged in their discussions with Coach Clark, that the conditions exist under the bargaining agreement to not renew the co-curricular assignment of Brad Clark from the West High School varsity boys basketball position for the 2012-2013 season. The board further recognizes the need to reevaluate the process used for consideration of non-renewing co-curricular assignments, and with that, you have some motions.
Right. So I need a motion for the following. Be it resolved that the Oshkosh Area School District Board of Education approve the non-renewal of the Oshkosh West High School Boys Varsity Basketball Co-Curricular Coaching Contract as filed with the Secretary of the Board of Education, May 9, 2012, in accordance with the rules, regulations, and policies of the Board of Education.
So moved. Seconded.
Any discussion?
I'd like to offer an amendment.
Go ahead.
I would like to insert the following language after the word contract. For the 2013 contract year, but with the expectation of possible return for the 2013-14 contract year.
Second.
So,
Yeah, thank you.
Second.
How are you doing?
further discussion on that? So, could you read the whole proposed motion as amended, please?
Oh, sure. Be it resolved that the Oshkosh Area School District Board of Education approve the non-renewal of the Oshkosh West High School High School Boys Varsity Basketball Co-Curricular Coaching Contract for the 2012-13 contract year, but with the expectation of possible return for the 2013-14 contract year, as filed with the Secretary of the Board of Education, May 9th, 2012, in accordance with the rules, regulations, and policies of the Board of Education.
Thank you. Further discussion? I want to, before we vote on this, it's obvious that the board has taken this matter very seriously. We have been deliberating on this for how many hours? Yeah. I want to remind everyone, though, that we are operating under the rules of civility here. If you want to be, well, we're not going to take any more public, I'll tell you right now, we're not going to take any more public comment on this. First up is non-agenda related items, and like I said before, I'm going to exclude any comment on.
Wait till election day. Yep. Cowards. Election. Cowards. Spineless. Disappointing. Never the A's
What would you like to comment on tonight, sir?
Have him come before the board.
Yeah,
and
come on
state his name and address for the record.
Wait briefly here.
Sorry.
Correct procedure move.
Please state your name and address for the record.
My name is Dwayne Derrickson. I live at North 5947 30th Road. In reference to the software package, Web Grader and Skyward, that's what this is about. Sally Munza provided what I thought was very good answers to it and made some suggestions for corrections with the English department. She did a very good job. But it's been my experience with the school board, and there's been another gentleman here this evening who has also been on the school board. He was on far longer than I, 14 years. We do understand what a school board's for. We understand what their job is policy. What I don't understand is if you set a policy, is that not district-wide? Now, I realize you guys don't answer it, and not only that, you often fail to even get to it for 2 or 3 months. But I'm going to ask the question anyway. If you set a policy, it should be policy district-wide. You set a policy for Skyward, and yet you allow WebGrader to be used by the English department. Next year, I suppose, then the history department can have their own software. And then the year after that, the science department. There should be one for everybody. We shouldn't have to hunt for this. Not only that, apparently, some of you have not ever seen either one of the programs. If you have administrators to do the job, why don't you ask the administrator to put it up on the backboard there for you so you can see it, so you can understand the program. You can understand our frustration as parents. In the WebGrader program, it says, click here, so you can send an email to the English teacher. The English teacher is listed there. You click there, you type in the email, they never get it. Your curriculum coordinator asked me for the names of the teachers. I refuse to get them because I don't want the teachers getting hammered. There is a very good teacher there, and she told me very frankly, I'm afraid to say anything. I don't know how to use this program, and obviously she don't. And obviously not many other parents do either. We work. We don't have time to come back and do that. I do. I'm retired. But I talk to other parents the same thing this evening. They don't have time to hunt up 2 different programs to find their students' grades. It shouldn't be that way. And don't tell me it's difficult to use because I went through Skyward. I happen to teach English. I know that that program can be used to grade a paper. I see other classes that are using the same thing for written assignments, and they break it down to a very detail. So why do you have to have 2 programs? You can afford it? It's our money. As I said, once I was on a school board for a very short time, another been on 14 years. We can't understand. If you don't get an answer from your administrators that you guys are supposed to be setting policy for, then I have to come here. It took me 3 months. And your curriculum coordinator, she didn't get to me until yesterday. Now, if you tell me, and you did, that you would take care of it right away the first time, then if you're going to have the administrators, then tell them to do it. But don't leave me hanging out there waiting for 2 months. And then I have to come back here and sit down and do it again. And I've got to come back here. Now, also, I know you're a very busy man. I'm very well aware of that because your phone can't be reached. I've tried. And I did put you on speed dial numerous times. The thing I don't understand about this, you had a man come in here and bring a presentation to you. I sat here and listened to it about how you're going to go out and get a new superintendent. He said, this is a good school board. You have one problem. You have a media problem. No kidding. That's obvious tonight. And not only is that, it's obvious, and I'm old school. Probably older than everybody here. I don't have to have a signed contract from you, but if you tell me something's going to happen, it should happen. In the old school, that was called a lie. And I've got 2 lies from you. Got one from you in your letter. We were supposed to have a meeting. Instead, we will not get a meeting over Coach Clark until after the fact. Now, the last thing here, is I would like to find out, do I need to put in a freedom of information request? I don't want to know anybody's name or anything else, but I'd like to see the criteria that you use for both a teacher, what their criteria is that they have to meet to maintain their contract, and also the criteria for someone who's in an extracurricular position. I believe those should be open documents. No names, just what criteria. It should be general criteria. You should have criteria for every coach, whatever the sport, doesn't make a difference. General criteria should be listed. Why can't we see this? So we know what you're talking about behind closed doors for 6 hours. And of all the years, like I said, I'm 65 years old and I've attended, I know, over 500 school board meetings. I have never seen a school board take this long to make that decision. I know there'll be all these extra points, but that's what I would like to find out. Now, the other thing is, this is the only school board that never responds. I would like to get a response to what I have to do to get these criteria for these two positions. They're general position. I don't need to know a name, but I should be able to see that. Now, who do I see to find out, since nobody will respond to me?
HR. Thank you. Is there anyone else here tonight that wants to speak on a agenda-related item? Nope. Then we will move on to agenda-related items. Anybody here want to speak to the board on a agenda-related item? Seeing none, we'll move on to close the public forum and move on to board and administrative reports. Dr. Viget.
All right.